Kyiv railway station. They managed with great difficulty, I agree, to get onto some of those special trains. What is the difficulty you're facing at the moment, even to reach? Is it absolutely impossible to even get to the train station at the moment?
Ma'am, I'm not in Kyiv, ma'am. I'm in Sumy, which is the most conflicted area with Kharkiv, in the northeastern part, which shares the border with Russia. And here the railways have been closed due to some repair problem, but we never know how, when and how are they going to be repaired. So with the railways are closed, the only way is the bus route, and it's very risky. The mayor of the Sumy region has clearly announced that it is not safe for anyone to leave the city now. Even if someone is trying to leave, they have been stopped by the forces because we are foreigners and they're asking us to go back.
Okay. Ms. Sandhu, if you can hear me, Khalsa Aid has been doing a lot of work on the ground trying to help. What's your sort of latest update on students like Diksha who are in, various parts, remote parts, even Kyiv itself, who are trying to get out?
Firstly, I would just like to share our condolences for the young man that's been lost. For us, it's so heartbreaking because we've been supporting these students on the phone. So they are ringing our WhatsApp number on our Khalsa Aid. We issued a WhatsApp number and they're ringing us. They're in bunkers. They're trying to get to a train station. There is a complete failure in the infrastructure, so they have nowhere to go. They are phoning us desperate for water. Now, we are not operating inside Ukraine, so it makes it very difficult for us. All we can do is try and talk them through where to go, coordinate with them where the best place for them to go is. We have young men that have been put in a camp in Luxk, and we are trying to get hold of the Indian embassy in Ukraine, and they are not answering the phone. These students have been so badly let down. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. They have nowhere to go. Their parents are phoning us from India, all over India, saying, my child is here, my daughter is here, my son is here, they have no water. Can you get water to them? We can't do that. We're not operating inside Ukraine. Once they get to the borders, we are able to assist them. Unfortunately, they're having to wait 2 to 3 days in the queues at the border checkpoints. And as you spoke about this earlier, I will also mention that definitely there is some discrimination towards the Indian students. I know African students have suffered, but the Indian students have quite verbally been told that your government is not supporting us, we're not supporting you. We have seen physical violence and aggression towards some Indian students. It's heartbreaking.
Absolutely, and that's something we've heard from repeated accounts that have come in from there. Diksha, are you having a problem even reaching the helpline numbers that the embassy has put out? Is anyone answering your call?
Yes, ma'am. Yesterday I tried around 20 to 30 times. 3 were disconnecting continuously and 2 were not answering. And after so much of trying, one number was being answered, and they didn't even speak for 20 seconds, and they just tell that we are planning Sumy and Kharkiv for the Moscow evacuation. We'll take you through the Moscow route. But right now there is no update according to that. There is no advisory being released. Nothing is being done to provide help to the students in the conflict areas.
So how are you managing for food and all, Diksha? How are you getting by?
Ma'am, there is a helpful thing, that is Kusum Pharmaceuticals. They are providing us free of cost food and water to our doorsteps as much as they could, and they are helping us to survive for a few days at least, I guess.
And okay, I mean, all I can say is that one hopes that, the government is listening to this. There are, of course, a number of people like you, Diksha, who are calling, writing in, who are sending us video messages. The government says it's doing its best, but it's also stuck because, they've set up these various evacuation points, but they really can't do anything because it's a war zone. Quick last word to you, Ms. Sandhu. How many, according to you, in your estimate, how many thousands are still actually stuck there?
From our experience, at least 2,000 at the moment, because we have pockets of students, and then we know of about 1,000 that have gone through. I would say easily between 1,500 to 2,000 at the top of my head. There could be more, there could be less, but there are a lot of young students in very desperate situations, and I'm sad to say the Indian government is now on the back foot. We knew this was coming. They should have made plans. what they desperately need to do, and this is a desperate plea, have their representatives on the borders so the students have some sort of voice. At the moment, they are being treated so badly, it's inhumane. That would be my plea for the Indian government, to put their person